Hey guys, it's me, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? It is a great day. I am so very excited to be here today. I have someone across the pond. Actually, it's like 9:30 p.m. here and 6:30 a.m. over there. It's a big difference, but I had to have her on the show. Had to, because she's got two books, and I want to go ahead and show you these two books. She is amazing, okay? It's The Intricate Web of Trauma, Bonding, and Attachment. And then she has her second book, which is Timeless Wisdom. I want to welcome, and I hope I say this right, Miss Miltra to the show. Thank you so very much for being here. Hey, it's good
How
to
are
have you
you?
on the show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. It's early in the morning over
I
here.
know. I was saying how it's 9:30 p.m. here and 6:30 a.m. there. So you're into Monday and I'm still on Sunday.
I'm sorry.
This is like,
You're
talk
still on
about.
your weekend, but you're working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm working on these two books that you've written. Oh my gosh. So we were talking about it earlier, and I wanted to go into timeless wisdom first before we go
Right.
into the other one, because I think the other one really, really is like where I'm really like really focused on. But I wanted to
It's a
find
bit
out what is
intense. You're
huh?
right.
What?
You're right. The intricate web is a bit intense.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. So timeless wisdom. What inspired you to write this book and where did it come from?
Like throughout my career and even in my life, the people I have met, some of them, their stories have really impacted me, as in, like, it remained with me. Even
Mhm.
though years later, when I wanted to share stories about inspiration, these stories came into my mind. Inspirations from it is from my belief that every person carries within them the capacity to heal and rediscover their true essence. That is my belief, that we carry it inside of us and how we just need to tap into that resource. And I was fortunate that I had been, the catalyst that helped so many people to tap into that resource, where I
Mhm.
just connected them with their essence to heal themselves.
Mm. That is wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. So a person has the possibility to how heal themselves. How did you? How did this happen?
So, in my own journey of self discovery,
Hmm.
I have gone through a lot of emotional turbulences, like doubted myself, went through betrayals, and all of that, created such profound learning experiences for me.
Hmm.
The healing power that was always within me, it just got reactivated when I could get in touch with that element of mine. And most people don't understand this, that it's just within you. No one can heal you but you yourself.
Hmm.
And that's this story is all about. All the 12 stories which are there in the books, it about people going through their personal pain and trauma and challenges, and how they find their own redemptions.
Mm. Mm. So how do you think? Um, how do you think people and shape their ideas and also their beliefs? I mean, why don't we know that we can do this? What happened?
Yeah, Aya, we are all so comfort loving. This
Hmm.
journey is, even though pain is uncomfortable, and immediately when we go through any pain or challenge, we want to get back to a place of comfort. Like, we don't want to work hard. This is constant working with yourself. It is a lifelong self work, and people don't want to get through this. People rather would choose someone, oh, you are my healer, or you are my this. And an external element, an external person who they would want to count on rather than working on themselves, which is a never ending process.
Yeah, definitely. I've been working on myself and I'm still not there. I don't think I ever will be.
It's a
But
never ending
I
process,
don't
but
think
we need to accept this.
exactly. So we have the possibility of and we have the power within ourselves to heal ourselves. But to heal ourselves from what? Like trauma or and this is this where your second book came in? I mean, I know that you have the first book, but why did you
The
write the second
healing
one?
it's about the stories I told you, it's mostly about weaving those stories together
Right.
and present to people. These are real people and going through
Mm,
real challenges, a real life pain, yet they found redemption. And it is, every story is very, very inspiring.
nice. Okay, so share with me like one of the, not the whole thing because we can't give it away, but share with me like one of the stories in there, an example, because I'm holding on to like, okay, so if I had to heal myself, what would I do? How does that process look?
Okay, it is a very simple process.
Okay.
We have experiences,
Mm,
pleasant experiences, unpleasant experiences. And most of the time, when we have an unpleasant experience, we create resistance to the emotion which are triggered by the unpleasant experience.
mm,
And that emotional resistance creates a block within us. We
mm,
don't want to feel that feeling, let's say.
mm,
That is real trauma, not the experience, but the response that we have given to that experience.
mm.
Now,
Wow.
whenever this similar kind of experiences happen, it is not one experience, multiple experiences happen, which triggers the same emotion within us. And we keep on creating emotional resistances after resistances, and the intensity of resistance becomes magnanimous over the time. And when it does, then it affects our psychological well being, our physical well being as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. So, I mean, okay, so I want to ask you this. What role does unconditional love play in this whole thing? I mean, do you really have to have unconditional love in order for this to work?
May I just throw the question back to you?
Yeah,
Can I ask you what you understand by unconditional love?
unconditional. Doesn't matter what you do, you love no matter what. You love unconditional. There's no conditions. Like,
This
because
is
I will love you if. So that doesn't
this,
exist.
this is not true. This is not unconditional love, by
So
the way.
oh, I'm wrong. Okay. All right. You have
So
to
this
now.
is a
Oh my God.
misconception about unconditional love, and you will never be accepted for what you do. People will always
Right.
judge you for what you do. Neither will you accept anyone else for whatever they are doing, unless they are doing something which is safe for you. So we will also have to act in a way which is safe for others. We
Mm,
can't just do whatever we want, trigger a sense of insecurity, unsafety in others, and think they will accept us. No, they won't. So
mm,
this is not unconditional love. Unconditional love is within you, where you accept yourself no matter what you're feeling.
mm.
It is about the feeling, it is not about the doing.
Okay. Wow.
So let's say I feel sad. Am
Mm.
I able to accept myself unconditionally in the same way that I accept myself when I'm happy?
No.
If I can, that is unconditional love.
Okay. I don't think I'm there yet. If I'm
Because we
sad,
don't
I feel sad.
understand. Yeah,
Huh?
it's only because we don't understand unconditional love.
Yeah.
All along we were thinking it's whatever I do, I need to accept myself. It's not what you do, it's what you feel.
Mm. Mm. You're on another plane, like another level, like it's like okay. Yeah, because isn't that what I mean, there's like all kinds of reactions inside the body that when you are sad, it triggers this, and when you're happy, it triggers serotonin, and when you are
Yeah,
stressed,
absolutely
it
right. It's
cortisol.
but
And, oh,
you're right. But let me tell you why. It
okay.
is because we have conditioned our minds to resist sadness. If
Mm,
sadness and happiness, you put them on the same pedestal, a human emotion that every human needs to feel, then you will not have any resistance to sadness as well. You will have equal acceptance when you are sad.
you are amazing. That is just. I know maybe some people have this, but I beg to differ. I think a majority of people don't understand this. They don't get it. They think that they have to accept themselves, good and the bad. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying it's the way you feel. You have to accept the way you
Yeah,
feel.
the good and the bad feeling, not the
Mm,
good and the bad doing. How
mhm.
can we keep on doing bad things and expect people to accept us? And also, how can I accept myself when I have harmed someone or I have harmed myself?
Yeah, yeah.
How can we
My
do
God.
that?
Mm, mm, mm. Wow. So you have the stories in this book here are to help. How? I mean, I know. I want to hear from you. I kind of understand it. I know,
Let's say
but I want to
it's a
help.
story about a girl who had been in a village where women had been repressed for generations.
Mm,
And it was a common nature of survival in the village, but the girl wanted to seek wisdom, which was
mm,
not acceptable for women to have.
mm,
And then how that transforms that inner curiosity, inner knowledge of that person gets activated through different challenging and painful situations in her life, where she finally finds herself in the process.
wow. Well,
So this is
I
this
think
is
this is
one of the
great.
stories, but there are like 12 stories in all
Right.
in the book, which is woven together to bring the essence of human journey through different phases.
Wow. That's I'm done. I have never. Then I don't have unconditional love for myself, which I should have. But what you're telling me, I don't. I don't. Is this book going to help me to get that or help me to understand
It
better
will help
what
you with
unconditional love is?
examples,
Okay. Mm,
because those stories will be your examples
right.
to understand that this is how unconditional love looks like.
Hmm. Mm. That's wow. Wow. And so we move from unconditional love and we move from timeless wisdom, which is amazing within itself with the 12 stories and learning about yourself. And I really want to reiterate, guys, that, if you are like me and you really truly thought you loved yourself, but you found out you didn't, you need to check this book out because,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
this,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
This is something that we don't learn naturally.
yeah, we don't.
Unconditional love is not taught to us naturally in school, at home, in our society. All that is taught to us is how to survive on the planet. And we are constantly trying to do that.
Yeah.
But this needs guidance. This needs, that thousands and thousands of years of conditioning that we have been going through. We need to unlearn that in order to achieve this state of unconditional love.
Mm, mm, mm. Now you have a second book. The first book, I mean, I can be done with this whole thing and just be gone and be reading this book because to me that's like you have to learn these things over again. You have to learn the uncommon wisdom that you didn't have. You know what I mean? That now I know I'm really not doing the right thing for myself as far as unconditional love is concerned. So yeah, this is very wow, mind blowing. So then you have the second book, which maybe have been the first book, but the second one we're going to talk about right now is the intricate web of trauma bonding and attachment. Tell me about that book. Tell me what I need to know because now I'm like I don't know anything.
So this book is all about, journey of deep-rooted trauma patterns and bonds and codependencies. Why we swing between codependency and independence, and the
Mm,
independence is born out of trauma as well because we tell ourselves that we can't depend on anyone, we can't trust anyone, so we become ultra independent. And
mm,
then the day that we meet someone and we can trust them and we connect with them, we become codependent, and both the states of ultra independence and codependency are dysfunctional,
mm,
and these arise from trauma bonds. This is
mhm,
a byproduct of trauma bond.
mm,
And as a holistic counselor, I have noticed like the patterns over time where silently working, even if you have got out of the relationship, you think it was traumatic and toxic, but
Mhm.
you're still operating from it silently beneath the surface. And this
Right.
is shaping your next relationship as well, which people
Mm,
don't understand how and why people get into relationship patterns.
mm. That's crazy. What for people who don't understand, what is a trauma bond?
People in
Yeah.
general don't understand it is because there is this cycle of pain and pleasure that happens that keeps us stuck in an addictive state. Like it's as bad as any kind of substance abuse.
Mm. Oh my gosh. So a trauma bond and codependency is like alcohol?
uh, Codependency is a product of a traumatic relationship. uh, like a person, like from it is connected to our childhood as well. Our perception of ourselves, our self-worth is plays a big role in attracting such relationships into our life. So our childhood challenges which we have not overcome
Hmm.
will lead us to those relationships. And self-worth is very important, like how you truly understand self-worth and how you understand yourself in the collective. Like who are you in your group, not as a person, but how do you feel about yourself internally?
Right. Wow.
So that is what is important. How do we feel about ourselves internally?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. I actually love myself. And I mean, but I didn't think, I thought I loved myself like fully, but I don't think I love myself as much as I thought I did after hearing what you said.
Journey. But
But it,
Raya, this is a
yeah,
journey. I mean,
it is.
every day you will fall out of love, and every day you will go back in love.
That's beautiful though. I mean, think about it. When you fall out of love with yourself, but to find the love within yourself is kind of like a love story within itself, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's
This is the
beautiful.
ultimate love that every religion has been talking about.
Hmm. Hmm. What are some misconceptions about trauma bonds that you hope to address through your book, though? I mean, what is it that we need to understand with this?
So one of the biggest misconception that I see is that people stay in these relationships
Mm,
because they feel they are weak. They think, oh, I'm weak. I can't get out because I'm weak. But in reality,
mm,
trauma bonds are deeply rooted in the survival programming. Our subconscious mind associates the pain of the bond with familiarity and safety,
mm,
making it incredibly hard to break. I mean, we don't need to consider ourselves weak to be able to break it. It is incredibly hard. Another misconception would be that breaking trauma bond is purely about walking away, like, okay, I walk away and I'm not coming back anymore. While leaving is crucial, but the real work lies in healing the underlying wounds that
mm.
created this bond in the first place.
Exactly. I was going to ask about healing because I mean, I know that, breaking the trauma bond is it's hard. It's not easy. But then if a person is always going back to that trauma or finding someone else within that whole trauma spectrum, where does healing really come in? Are they really truly healed?
It is difficult to heal completely until you address those broken pieces within us, and glue them up with gold, like how they do in Japan. Have you heard about they have this ritual where every if they break a porcelain vase, they glue up the broken pieces with gold, and
Oh,
that makes a beautiful design. A new piece that comes up, the vase now looks even more enhanced than
wow.
it used to be in the past.
I've seen it. I've seen and because my mom went to Japan many times and I've seen like different things like gold everywhere, like gold lines. I guess I've seen it, but I didn't know that was what it was until now.
it
Wow.
it enhances the
Mhm.
beauty of the product. So
Wow.
we need to put that gold into the cracks of within ourselves,
Wow.
and
Wow.
then once we do that, then we become more enhanced, more evolved, more mature, wiser.
Hmm. Wow. And okay, so in your book, in the intricate and I'm gonna go ahead and put that up on here, the intricate web of trauma bonding and attachment. Do you have lessons or some kind of a technique or exercises that you provide in this book to help love yourself, get over the trauma?
Yeah, I do. Now, the whole book goes through different phases of the trauma creation, the
Mm-hmm.
childhood issues, karmic issues, the disbalance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy within me, within any person, a man and a woman. Sometimes, even within a man, the feminine energy is stronger than the masculine energy, and vice versa. So
Mm-hmm.
all these layers that needs to heal in order to have a healthy relationship is properly explained, and when every chapter will have a series of exercise designed to be practical and accessible
Mm-hmm.
even for those who have a very busy life. Readers can just start dedicating 10-15 minutes only of the day in those practices. And okay, there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut, first of all. Like, oh, I read the book and I'm healed. No, I read the book and I implemented the exercise, and
Mm-hmm.
I will go on implementing the exercise every single day until I know that I can identify
Mm-hmm.
those times in my day when I fall out of love with myself. Because
Yeah.
you have to be able to identify, oh, this is the moment that I didn't like myself
Mm.
for feeling this. And then when you get to that point, then you know that you have the tools to get back in loving yourself once again.
Wow. Well, in your experience, what are the most significant challenges that people face when they're trying to break free from these trauma bonds?
The most significant, I think, challenge, not only for trauma bonds, but in general, that I see is when you don't like something, you want to break free, right? But at the same time, you don't want to take that risk to venture into the unknown.
Yeah.
That staying in the comfort zone, it is the most significant challenge that people create for themselves, I would say.
Huh. Wow. Wow. Is there anything that we missed that you would like to say? Because you do have two books, and I know we have a limited amount of time, and it's like I feel bad because I know that we can really get into depth with both of these books. It just they both deserve everything. And if you look at the QR code right there, you will see how the QR code leads you to the website so that you can get more information about both of these books and also study up on Miss Miltra and how and who and what she does. But I mean, is there anything that we could say that we didn't say that you would like the people to know?
I would just like people to know that, every person on the planet goes through some kind of relationship challenge or the other. I mean, there is no one I have met in my life who says, oh, I had the perfect life. So we are on the same page. All of us, we are here to grow and learn to love ourselves through these challenges. And if, like, think about the challenges as trials
Mm.
that God throws to us to test if we are passing through that examination where he's testing if you can truly love yourself even when you're facing this difficulty, even
Right.
when you're feeling this. Can you truly remember to love yourself here as well? So this is a test that we will all have to go through the entire life. Different challenges, different experiences. Just be aware that this is a journey, and if you need any kind of help to learn how to love yourself through all these challenges of your life, you know how to reach out to me.
That's right. That's right. There's that QR code right there. We're going to put the link in the description box so that you guys can check it out. But if you're watching on Roku, go ahead and get your phone out and scan that QR code. It'll take you to the website so you can check out everything that Miss Miltra has for you. You know, I am an absolute like I have a lot of work to do. I seriously do. I have a lot of work to do, and it's because of you that I have a lot of work to do. But I am thankful that I know now what I didn't know 30 minutes ago.
I'm like so grateful that I could just be a catalyst to some awareness.
Definitely. Definitely. And I'm glad that I was a part of it in some small way.
Thank you
But
so
thank
much for being a part of this journey of mine as well. Thank you, Aya.
no problem. And thank you guys so much. Again, if you want to get that information, just go ahead and go to the QR code and it'll take you straight there to the website. Or you can find her on Amazon. And are there any other places where people can find your books?
Yeah, it's everywhere on all the platforms like Lulu. I think it's in Kobo. It's in everywhere. Like wherever you want to look up, just type the name on Google, and every platform where the book is available will show up.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you again so much, Miss Mitchell, for being here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to get Dare to Be Different. But most of all, we got some loving things that we got to take care of, you and me, okay? You and me, we got to really, truly have some unconditional love for ourselves. And that's going to take a minute. But I'm going to fall out of love and in love every day with me. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you again so much, Miss Mitra. And you guys have a wonderful day. And don't forget to dare to be different. But most of all, don't forget to love yourself. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, right now. Yeah, I love me.